हरि ओम। श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैव पशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञात्वा ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति शिखरा यस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्रितं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। Today we shall see Yoga Vasistha Nirvana Prakaran, second half, and 40th chapter, wherein we are discussing on न तो संसार दशा में ब्रह्म का भान होता है और न ब्रह्म दशा में संसार का भान होता है, परंतु जीवन मुक्त में क्रमशः दोनों का भान होता है। We are already discussing that in the sense of absolute there is no feeling of the world, and in the sense of world there is no question of absolute truth. And Jivan Mukta, one who is a liberated soul, he sees both together as a seer. This is what we are discussing. Yesterday we saw Vasistha ji gives his own status, O Ram, be like me. He says, मैं अपने को यानी दृष्टा आदि त्रिपुटी के भीतर सर्वप्रथम वशिष्ठ संज्ञक जीव की नहीं जानता. In the very beginning, I don't know somebody, some identity as Vasistha. Vasistha himself says, I don't know who is Vasistha. There is no such identity as Vasistha. Who will be the seer? There is neither seer nor seen nor seeing process. I am beyond all these. वशिष्ठ संज्ञा का जीव की कोई भान मुझे नहीं है और न दृश्य तथा इस जगत के भ्रम को ही जानता हूँ. Neither I know some identity to be claimed as Vasistha, nor I know any world as the visible entity. I don't know anything. मैं शांत ब्रह्म में प्रविष्ट हो चुका हूँ. I have already entered into the absolute truth and I am established in it. मैं निर्विकार ब्रह्म ही हूँ. I am the spotless, taintless, absolute truth. There is nothing else other than that in it. O Ram, be like this. हे श्री रामचंद्र जी, वायु में स्पंदन की तरह परम चिदाकाश ही ब्रह्म में ये शब्दार्थादि रूप ब्रह्म एवं अभ्यंतर सब पदार्थ आप में भी विभ्रम स्वरूप ही उत्पन्न है. परमार्थ तत्व वे उत्पन्न नहीं हुए, किंतु उत्पन्न हुए से प्रतीत हो रहे हैं. और राम, just like there is a vibration in the air, so also, that means, wind means we know if we touch it, wind is experienced by touch, and touch is impossible without vibration, without waves in the wind. Similarly, that means he wants to say air means vibration, and vibration is the nature of wind, just as the liquidity is nature of water, and heat or light is the nature of fire, which is inseparable from the object. This nature or the quality of the object is inseparable from the object. It is one and the same. It appears to be, but it is one with the object. It is not other than the object. Similarly, all these worlds are just vibrations in the absolute truth, which are not to be found from the absolute point of view. Just as wind doesn't know whom it is touching or not, its nature is to vibrate and move on. So also the Absolute doesn't know any vibratory system as worlds, creations or names and forms. It is just some appearance, some confusive appearance. That means superimposition. Just as we see the snake in the rope, which is not at all to be found. Similarly, all these creations are imagined or some kind of vibratory systems in the absolute. How it is then possible? We have already discussed many times that vibration is only some imagination which is not there because of its absolute transparency. It appears to be vibrating, or else there is no vibrations. So these worlds are not there in the absolute. From absolute point of view, there is no world with names and forms. द्वैत के साथ विद्वेष होने के कारण मुझे द्वैत का आदर्शन है, because I am quite against this visibility. I am not a seer. I don't know myself as a seer, because I am quite opposite to it. I have indifference towards visibility or seeing process. That's why there is no dualism in my vision. I don't see any dualism. I see the absolute one without a second. किंतु द्वैत दर्शन और द्वैत आदर्शन दो एक साथ नहीं हो सकते हैं. But visibility and invisibility both cannot remain together. I am seeing as well as I am not seeing. That cannot be possible. That is impossible. If you are seeing something, then you are seeing. You cannot say, I don't see anything. It doesn't depend upon our blinking of eyes. It is connection of the senses with the objects. Senses are not only eyes, but all other senses are there. You may touch it, you may smell it, you may taste it, you may see it, you may hear it. Any kind of seeing means having contact of your senses with the sense objects. That contact and no contact both cannot occur at a time. It is impossible. Either you see or you don't see. हे श्री रामचंद्र जी, ब्रह्म स्वरूप में स्थित पुरुष सृष्टि को नहीं जानता और सृष्टि में स्थित पुरुष ब्रह्म स्वरूप को नहीं जानता. O Ram, one who is established in the absolute truth, he doesn't know what is world. In his dictionary, word is not to be found. There is no such word. And who is in the world, In his dictionary there is no Brahman, there is no absolute, because it is unseen and unknown. So both are quite opposite to each other. That means from absolute point of vision, in no case you can support the world. You cannot tell anything of world. There is no word at all. And from worldly point of view, there is no absolute. जैसे कि सुषुप्त पुरुष स्वप्न को नहीं जानता, तथा स्वप्न के स्थित पुरुष सुषुप्ति को नहीं जानता. Example he gives, just as the man who is sleeping, he doesn't know what is dream. He never can dream. And one who is dreaming, he doesn't know what is sleep state. Both are opposite to each other. Now you may put the question, one who sees both together, he knows both. How can you say opposites are not possible at a time? I see the mountain and the forest in it. Both together I see. In that case you have to say, you are bound to say, forest is mountain, mountain is forest, they are identical. They are not different from each other. Argument. Analytical argument. You cannot see two things at a time. Yes, that's how. The world is God, God is world. That means they are identical, they are not different from each other. And previously he gave the example, just as the liquidity cannot be differentiated from the water. It is its nature, nature and the holder of the nature, object, are identical, they are not separable. So if you are seeing something, then now you can argue, if I see the world, I see both, how can you say there is no God in the world? From one sense that is also true. We see something and we don't see the background of it. Just as we see the picture, but we don't see the screen behind the picture. So, I see the forest in the mountain, that is, I suppose to be mountain. The mountain means the structural state of the mountain is not seen because of the forest is overpowering it, covering it. So I see the forest which I claim to be mountain. I see the picture, I know there is a screen behind it. We discussed that day the gap between the mountain and the rising moon. It is understood and experienced by everyone. There is a gap. between the mountain and the moon. But yet, though we know it, we don't see it. It is unseen but known. We may say it is unknown, but it is experienced. That's how we can say it is known. Everybody has to accept the gap between the moon and the mountain, the picture and the screen behind it. Everybody knows. Without that, the picture with colors cannot stand all alone. So it is understood, though it is not seen, not known to the non-seer, but yet it is understood and accepted. Similarly, we can say the world has the background which we know otherwise as the cause for the world, which is unseen and unknown. There must be some cause. Without cause there cannot be any effect. So if you see the world, behind that the substratum of it, the holder of the world is something which we know as the absolute truth. Not only this world is held by it, many other innumerable worlds are held by it. What you don't see. When we discuss all these, we find our vision is very limited and faulty. What we see, we cannot believe it to be absolutely true. That's how we know it as a changing phenomenon. And we cannot rely upon it. From all these points, we have to agree that there is no world, only absolute truth is present in all conditions, time, space and situations, and your vision or no vision. Tell whatever you like, but you cannot deny the presence behind everything. जिसका कभी दर्शन नहीं होता, ऐसे पदार्थ के विषय में उपदेश की प्रसिद्धि कैसे, इसे शंका पर कहते हैं. Now there is another question. The object which is not seen, not known, then where is the chance of discussing on it? You don't know something, can you discuss on it? Can you speak something on it? You don't know it. Is it possible? Impossible. So why then we discuss about the absolute truth? Nobody knows it, nobody can express it, there is no words which can explain it. It is beyond our vision, beyond our knowing process. Nobody knows, nobody expresses it. There is no proof for it. So, where is the question of discussing on it? Yes, Guruji?
Maharaj, from a relative point of view, it is the same with object also. ऐसा भी same है, ऐसा भी same है तो?
Of course. What we claim as some object, visible object, that also when we discuss analytically, we don't find any object. we just say for saying sake, which is always subject to question. What do you see? Whatever you see, it is unseen in a moment. So how can you say, I have seen it? So you cannot prove any object which is seen by it, by you. No proof you can give. The thing which is seen is gone. Time, space and conditions and your vision and your thinking process, everything is changing every moment. So how can you say, I have seen something? I have seen some object. So object, vision of object is dependent upon your vision and your contact of senses with the object, and that contact is momentary and changeable. Your mind is changing, your intellect is changing, your senses are changing, time changes, space changes, condition changes, everything is changing. So how can you say, I see something? Nothing is seen. Not only the background truth is unseen, but your world, so-called world with names and forms, or objects and subjects, nothing is seen. Who is the seer and what is seen? Everything is subject to change. The moment you say, I have seen this, that is gone. Where is the proof then? Without proof, you cannot ascertain anything. So he says, Tattvajnani प्रशांत चित्त जीवन मुक्त पुरुष ब्रह्म और जगत के प्रकाश स्वरूप रूप को क्रमशः ऐसे जानते हैं जैसे जागृत और स्वप्न के दृष्टा पुरुष क्रमशः उनका रूप जानते हैं, इसीलिए वह उपदेष्टा होता है. Now he gives another logic. Just as a seer in waking state talks about the dream seer who has dreamt already, and now he is awake. Now he says, narrates about the dream, which is not there. Dream is gone already. In dream, you cannot explain dream. In waking, you cannot explain dream. So dream is not there. Similarly, same logic we can apply here also, everywhere. In dream there is no waking, there is no sleep state. So when you are dreaming, how can you say there is some waking state? So waking state is not proved. In deep sleep, you don't know what is waking. And in waking, you don't know what is dream and what is deep sleep. So how can you, who can prove all these states? Where is the proof? You can say, I am now in waking state, so waking state is proved. I see it, but that also is changing every moment. So you cannot prove it. But you cannot disagree some all pervading presence is present at all conditions. You are trying to prove the waking or dream or sleep. You are there. You cannot deny yourself. Then who are you? Are you the seer? Are you the seer? When we discuss the matter of seeing, that also is negated then and there. Nobody can see anything. That's how he told Ramji now, neither I am a seer, nor any name I have, nor any identity, nor any form, nothing I have. I am the absolute spotless truth. सुषुप्ति में स्वप्न देखना।
अभी आप बता रहे कि सुषुप्ति वाला स्वप्न नहीं दे सकता है और स्वप्न वाला
हर पल में हर चीज बोला जाता है। यही तो बोलना तो गलत है। Every moment everything is spoken. Your speech is faulty. Whatever you speak, that is a process, and that is an expression that is not reliable. So if I told there is sleep in dream, yes, for time being that is true, but logically it is impossible. We have discussed there are not only 3 states, there are 3 into 3, 9 states. In dream you can see you are sleeping. Somewhere you are going in the dream and you are very tired. So you sat down under a tree because of cool breeze. You got asleep there. In the dream you are seeing yourself sleeping. So that is called dream sleep. Dream. You can dream in the dream also. You can wake up in the dream also. You were sleeping and now you woke up and started walking. So that is called dream walk, a dream waking. Similarly, in waking you can dream also, where your mind is absent, but something is visible which is unaware of. That is called waking dream. Waking, of course, you know what you are doing, what you are speaking. Waking. And waking sleep, just as sleep waking. Similarly, waking sleep. You are awake, you are doing something, but totally you are unaware of it. I gave the example. It is possible, sometimes it occurs. That day I was playing harmonium. I was absent. The finger was going on. I was awake, but mind was not functioning. It entered into a sleep state. There was no discontinuity in playing harmonium. Because of practice, because of heartbeat. It was going on. Similarly, in deep sleep also, you can walk, you can do anything, you can eat. You are totally unaware. You are sleeping. Sleep, walk. Sleep, see, speaking. Sleep, doing something in sleep. That is possible, that is seen. So in this way, there are 9 states in, that is sleep, dream, sleep, 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 waking. And dream, waking, dream, sleeping. And waking, dream, waking, sleep, and waking, waking. So, what are you going to accept? And if you want to go further, there are so many other states. In dream itself, you can sleep, and from that sleep you can wake, and you can go on with some work. And in that state also again you can sleep, you can dream. So it will go on unendingly.
Dream walking is just
Dream walk also. Why not? In dream you do everything. Why only walking? Eating, dipping, drinking, speaking, and seeing some sceneries, everything.
क्योंकि जब ड्रीम देखता है वो नॉर्मली फिजिकल एक्टिविटी के साथ चलते रहता है जैसा कि कोई नींद में चलने की बीमारी होती है कोई
Everything is possible in Maya, in this confused state. Confusion is confusion. So anything you say, there is no end to it, there is no counting, there is no numbers for it. Anything is possible in any condition in this world. Finally. See, suppose some boy is absent here, somebody is absent here. Now, if you go on thinking of him, what can you think? Absence is absent, and you are thinking of absentee. So anything you can think, anywhere you can go and search for him. Is there any certainty there you should go and there you should not go? Because it is unknown. Everything is possible in unknowing state. Everything is possible. So in Mayayam Sarva Sambhava, they say, everything is possible in Maya, illusion. Anything you can do. Whatever, that is what we are discussing. Whatever I say, it is right and wrong also. Whatever you hear, that is from some angle it is right, some angle it is wrong, from some other angle it is both together. Both cannot be possible from some other angle. Everything is expression, you know. So expression is a faulty process. Process means we cannot rely upon it.
even the feeling of oneness is also
Huh?
feeling एकत्व का भाव भी expression
Bhav If you express it, it is expression. You cannot say that I am experiencing. You have to experience only. We gave the example, if you have tasted honey, can you say what is honey? How does it taste like? Whatever you say, it is somewhat correct, somewhat wrong. Expression is always wrong. And experience, that's why, cannot be expressed. Only when you experience, you know what is what. हम उदाहरण दिए थे ना, the example of two sisters. The elder sister comes from his father-in-law's house, and the younger sister asks, my dear sister, how do you feel in your father-in-law's house? What happens there? The elder sister has to say, my dear, when you marry, you will understand. It cannot be expressed.
क्रमशः का मीनिंग क्या है?
क्या?
यहाँ पे क्रमशः बोल रहे हैं ना?
क्रमशः. Yes, yes, क्रमशः.
यहाँ पे क्या मीनिंग आ रहा है इसका?
तत्वज्ञानी प्रशांत चित्त जीवन मुक्त पुरुष ब्रह्म और जगत के ब्रह्म प्रकाश स्वरूप रूप को क्रमशः ऐसे जानते हैं जैसे जगत और स्वप्न के दृष्टा पुरुष क्रमशः उनका रूप जानते हैं, इसीलिए वह उपदेष्टा होता है. क्रमशः मीन्स one after the other. If at all the realized soul who is fully established in the Absolute, if at all he speaks, then he has to forget that state and then only he can speak. Speaking state is not experience state. So kramasya means one after the other. When he forgets the Absolute, then only he can speak. Similarly, the worldly men, they can speak about or think about the Absolute only when they forget about the world. One thing at a time. It is advised to do one thing at a time, but really speaking, we can do only one thing at a time. Two things cannot be done at a time. It changes so fast, we are not aware of it, so we think we are doing many things at a time, but one thing can be done at a time by one. Now you have another question you can put. It is said about the Jnanis, wise people, yogis, they can do many things at a time. It is said. How it is possible? It is possible for them, not for ordinary people. What is the difference? Ordinary people is subject to change. They are in the process of world, but yogis or jnanis, wise people, they are beyond all these. So how do they do many things at a time? We have already discussed it many times. See, yesterday we were talking about the peak of the mountain. When you sit on the peak, you can see many things at a time from one spot. Say, you are sitting on the top of the mountain and you are looking at a car going in the foothills. So at a time you see a range of 50 kilometers at a time, which is impossible for the car driver. Whereas it is possible for you. Your vision is wide enough to hold such a range in your vision because of your height, because of your capacity of seeing many things at a time, because of your height of vision. Similarly, when you see gross things, you can see only one thing at a time. When you go towards subtle things, say you see the sky from here. Everybody can see. In the sky, can you measure how long you can see? Say your angle of vision is 1 degree. That 1 degree when widens, that holds thousands of light years length in that vision. Example we have seen. This is one angle. Here it is so little. If your eyes are here, you can see very little in the near vision. When it widens, it can widen to infinity. And in that wide angle, you can see so many things at a time. Wide angle means subtle vision and greater range of vision. Just as we saw in the case of a person sitting on the top, he can see the past and future of the car driver at a glance. Similarly, these yogis and realized souls, because they are in the subtlemost and in the state of greater than the greatest position, so they can see everything at a time. All-round vision they have. That is possible, but for them only, not for others. So now, the worldly man only can see one thing at a time, and others, they see one after the other. And then you can say, what is then the meaning of concentration and meditation? How do the children, they concentrate on their subject, what they read, how they put their mind at one place. Is it possible? That is somehow taken as a whole amount. Just as we take, say, 60 and naya paisa, 60 paisa as 1 rupee. 70 also is 1 rupee. 80 paisa also is 1 rupee. Isn't it? But 40 is no rupee. It is cancelled below 50. And so also is the case with 10, 20, 15, 30. Everything is neglected. And above 50, whatever number comes, that range is taken as positive. And below 50, all the numbers are negative, neglected. Similarly, here, when the student reads something, can he read all the sentences at a time? One word only can be read. And that one word also, if you minutely analyze, you can see only one alphabet at a time. It is so quick that whole word you say, you see at a time. And word after word only you can read. You cannot read all the words in the sentence at a time. So it is taken for granted that mind is one-pointed. Because the mind is not going out of reading and seeing something other than reading. That's how it is. Somehow it is taken for granted. If you analyze it minutely, it is not so. Nobody can do many things at a time. Only one thing at a time. And that thing is subject to change. Don't forget it. When you forget one, then only you can remember another. This is the process. It goes on so fast. We say we can see many things at a time, or we can do many things at a time. जीवन मुक्त ज्ञानी पुरुष संपूर्ण जगत को यथास्थित ही जानता है तथा शरद काल के मेघ के तुल्य शुद्धात्मा हो बिल्कुल शांत हो जाता है. The wise man sees the whole world, total whole world at a time, and he knows it as a presence, not as changing phenomena. Unchanging presence, because he sees everything at a time. So it is not changing. Just like the vision of the seer from the top of the hill, he sees 50 kilometers at a glance, and that 50 kilometers, though it is 50 kilometers, it is unchangeable. But for the driver, it is always changing. For the seer, it is not changing. Similarly, the wise man sees this whole world at a glance, because he is in the topmost, that is greater than the greatest. and his angle is smaller than the smallest. So he is able to see everything at a time. And that's how everything is fixed, not changing. The same thing which is seen by others as a changing phenomena can be seen by some other as not changing. Our car driver and the top seer. जीवन मुक्त ज्ञानी के दृष्टि से द्वैत उत्तरोत्तर निर्बल होता जाता है, यह दो दृष्टांत से कहते हैं. Though he sees everything as a seer, everything together at a time, which seems to be fixed, not changing, because one thing at a time, so whole totality at a time. For him, slowly it disappears, the vision disappears. Many times we have discussed it, how the existence as a name or form, if it is stagnant, not changing, then it disappears as a form or a name. It cannot stand for a long time. If it stands for a long time, it will change. Just as in the case of God particles, if you pay attention, it changes. If no attention given, then it is stable. All these minute logic you have to think very, very attentively. Then only it can be understood. You have to see it, analyze it from all round angles. Then only it will be clarified. From all round vision.
यहाँ पे कल्पना बता रहा है जो तत्वज्ञानी प्रबुद्ध है, उसके अंदर कल्पना है.
कल्पना नहीं है. कल्पना नहीं. He sees everything together means there is no thought.
वॉर का थॉट है बोल के बता रहे हैं.
हैं?
लड़ाई का थॉट है बोल के बता रहे हैं ना. लड़ाई का एक थॉट जैसा आपके मेमोरी में है, तो प्रबुद्ध के उसमें ये दुनिया भी वैसी एक थॉट के जैसा दिख रहा है.
One thought, not many.
एक ही मेमोरी.
एक ही, which is not changing. This is what we are discussing. One thing at a time, the whole totality at a time. So that remains just as it is. He is unable to see the changes. I gave the example of the top seer seeing 50-kilometer range at a time, which is not changing, whereas the range for the driver is changing every moment. Why? Because he is stable, the top seer is stable, and driver is changing. That's how the other objects are changing. Everything is relative. If one thing changes, then other things changes. समझे?
So his vision is वो रोड मैप
वही देख रहा है. Just as you see the whole picture at a time. Whole picture is one, it is not changing. But in the picture, if an ant starts walking, his face to toe walking will change the situation. Everywhere he is changing. But for you, the picture is fixed. Nothing is changing. The ant which is moving in the picture, for him, every spot of the picture is changing. This is how you have to compare your vision, means worldly person's vision, with the vision of the wise man. How they are called seers. That state is known as Turiya, the fourth state. They do see, but they don't see the changes. Just as from a helicopter, you look down, everything you are seeing, nothing is changing. But people who are moving on the ground, everything is changing. From different angles, different visions, someone says it is changing, someone says it is not changing. जीवन मुक्त ज्ञानी की दृष्टि से द्वैत उत्तरोत्तर निर्बल होता जाता है. दृष्टांत देते हैं, सुनो. जैसे किसी के कहने पर स्मृति या कल्पना में स्थित युद्ध भासता है, वैसे ही विवेकी पुरुष को सत और असत की एकमात्र भ्रांति रूप अहंता आदि जगत भ्रम भासता है. He gives beautiful example. Suppose you are now remembering the warfare going on between Ukraine and Russia. Since almost 2 years we have been seeing it in the television. Everything is changing. Every moment the war is changing. Sometimes Russia is winner, sometimes Ukraine is winner, sometimes Russia sees so much destruction, sometimes Ukraine, going on changing. Win and defeat. But as you are remembering all those changes, what is happening? What is happening really? You remember all those past, that is gone. Now there is no change. But change is in your memory. Understood now? Change is in your memory, not in, it is not a real fact. But it appears as if changing. Though it was in the past, yet it appears at present everything is going on changing. है कि नहीं? वही एग्जाम्पल दिया है। जैसे किसी के कहने पर स्मृति या कल्पना में स्थित युद्ध भासता है, वैसे ही विवेकी पुरुष की सत और असत के एकमात्र भ्रांति रूप अहंता आदि जगत भ्रम भासता है। जस्ट as you know, you are just remembering, nothing is changing, but yet you see the change in your mind. Nothing is changing, you are aware of it. It is already gone, there is no change now. Now there is compromise. End of the war now. Similarly, for a discriminative mind, this truth and untruth go on changing, though it is not changing. So for a wise man, the whole changing phenomena of the world stands still in this way. Got the idea? Got the idea? Just as you think of some changing phenomena in the past, but you know it is not changing, though you are seeing everything, all the past happenings, you know it is not changing. Your conscience says nothing is changing now, but your mind is going on seeing on the different phenomena. Both together. Similarly, for the discriminative mind and the vision of a wise, he sees this world as past memory something. Past memory. Yes. It seems to be changing, but really there is no change. From whole total vision point of view, it is everything is stable. And from this point of view, everything seems to be stable, nothing is changing. So, unchanging fact is the absolute truth, which never changes. Changing fact is known as the world. Understood something? Two examples. First of all, total vision appears to be stable. And from second point, when you see your past, that is changing. You see the changing, but really it is not changing. It is at present. It is not the past. For a discriminative mind, for analytical mind, this world appears to be some past memory, because it is really past for him, because he has gone beyond all these. He is in a different state. Same person who was sitting on the top of the mountain, how did he go to the top? From the bottom only. And when he was in the bottom, everything was changing. The car driver was changing and everything was changing. The dog was running and the bull was walking. Everything was changing. But when he reaches there on the top and sits calmly, here he sees everything as non-changing, whereas it was past what was changing for him. For him, he remembers the past as changing, but at present is non-changing. So do you live in the past or in the present? So for him, nothing is changing, finally. Another example also he gives. जो भली भांति दिखाई दे रही जगत की माया परमार्थ सत्यरूप आत्मा में तथा अत्यंत असद्रूप शून्य में नहीं है एवं जिसका दृष्टा कोई जीव भी नहीं है, ऐसा शून्य और अशून्य से विलक्षण यह भ्रांति अनिर्वचनीय हो भासती है. So now what will you say which was changing in the past but not changing in the present? So how can you express it? What is true? So they say it is unexpressible. Just see it and keep quiet. If you express it, it will be somewhat true and somewhat wrong. Whatever you express, it is somewhat true and somewhat wrong. From this we have taken the conclusion, whatever you see, whatever you understand by your senses, that is somewhat true and somewhat wrong. And how will you understand it? Basically it is true. And vision-wise it is wrong. Vision is wrong, but this holder or the basic principle is true. That cannot be denied. By no means it can be denied. अपने आप को मानेगा तो एंटिटी होगा, अपने आप को नहीं मानता है तभी तो कहा मैं ना कोई मेरा कोई आइडेंटिटी है, ना कभी मैं कुछ बोला, ना कभी कुछ सुना, ना कुछ देखा, ना कुछ. At that state, everything becomes silent, unexpressible. That is so in the case of the truth, and that is exactly so in the case of untruth also. This world also. It appears to be, but it doesn't, it cannot be reliable, so it is somewhat true, somewhat untrue. Unexpressible by the words. So both the truth and untruth, both are unexpressible. In both the case you have to keep quiet. In both the case you have to keep quiet. Silent, please. So now is the time to enjoy tea. Silence. Is there any doubt remaining yet? Is there any doubt in silence?
मगर या वशिष्ठ जी का एक डाउट है स्वामी जी, आप बोले एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पाएगा, मगर वो बोल रहा यही ब्रह्म रूप है ऐसी।
क्या चीज है?
वो बोल रहे मैं जैसा वशिष्ठ हूँ और ये मैं कुछ नहीं हूँ बोल के बोल रहा है, ये तो एक्सप्रेशन ही नहीं है।
He explained it many times, not once only, now also. There is no Vasistha, there he is not speaking. There is no Rama who is hearing it. He denied everything. This is how Vedas say, by negating process, neti neti. In the end you have to negate the negation process itself. There is no negator, but only the alligator. Who has swallowed everything. Thus ends the 40th chapter. We have seen everything clearly here. How is the status of world and the truth, and how they are related with each other or not related, and from both angles how one looks like anything, from both the angles. From absolute angle of vision, how does this world look, and from worldly vision point of view, how the absolute is, and how this both together looks like, whether it is world or God. Neither God is there, nor world is there, no expression is there, nor anything is expressed, nothing is proved, nothing is unproved. The existence exists at all conditions eternally. That is called the self-effulgent truth that glows in its pristine glories forever and ever. No question, no answer. No doubt, no clearance. Nothing. Beyond everything. And if you start violating it or expressing your anand, your bliss or your experiences, then you are a gone case. Keep quiet. That's how the great people, they never speak. Bright examples. Our Raman Maharshi, our past Jada Bharat, and in the last period of Gurudev, he never used to speak unless he is forced. Gurudev, you don't give us advice. Hardly he will say, Oji, see and do, see and follow. Nothing to say, nothing to say. And practically, if you sit before him, all your questions, all your mental process stops, just like a needle near a big mass of magnet. It cannot move. Your mind stops thinking. That is the state of a great wise man. Neither he speaks, nor he allows others to speak. न खाऊंगा न खाने दूंगा. Neither I shall speak, nor I shall allow others to speak. That is what happened near our Raman Maharshi. People used to come and sit near him with so many questions, but they could not ask anything because their mind gets zero at that time. Nothing you can speak. Absolute silence reigns over for eternity. If a silence speaks, then this world comes out. That is the life principle in the water, in the air, in the fire. When that expresses itself, then that expression is, first expression is known as Lord Vishnu. Then comes the creator Brahma and the destroyer Shiva, and then they are identified as some solid thought power, creative, protective and destructive thought powers, solidified and working eternally. They are called so-called gods and world and creation, sustenance and its destruction, and it goes on continuously, just as we see the pictures in the television going on. Whether you see it or not, it is going on. When you close your, stop your television, do you think the channels are not working? If it is not working, then when you on it, how it appears to be? They are going on. And all these vibrations are, the radio waves are in the air, in the atmosphere, only to catch it and give a form and name. And the catchy system is the television and your remote. Similarly, your mind, intellect, take it for a television. When you like to see all these sceneries, all these views in the television, you are able to see, and when you go to sleep, everything is gone. So how do you take, when you go to sleep, whether the channels are working or not? What is your opinion? All the 24 hours, everything is going on. It depends upon you whether you are willing to see it or not. As you see, it looks like that. You want to see the animal planet, it will be there on the screen. And you want to see some news, that also you can see. Do you want to see the match, cricket match or football match? Anything you want, that depends upon you. You can see it. You are independent. As you want to see, so you are able to see. So this world is for you. You are looking at this world. For others it is not there. In my television I shall see sports, and in your television, the same television, you see the animal planet and some other see something else. So which is true, which is wrong? What is going on and what is not? In India, fog is going on. Fog. This spray, I am just joking. Tomorrow you shall see the next chapter, 41st chapter, with अविद्या के स्वभाव से त्रिलोक रूपी कठपुतली के नृत्य तथा एकमात्र आत्म स्वभाव से निर्वाण की प्राप्ति का वर्णन. Tomorrow we shall see this world. Today we have seen both these things relatively, analytically. Tomorrow we shall see more focusing on world, how it looks like. Some people, the highest people who are silent, yet they are the seers, how do they explain? We saw today. World is seen but stable, not changing. Just as changing phenomena of the past are seen at present, memorized at present. And tomorrow we shall see this world as a drama stage. So many actors come here, they play their role and they disappear. They appear and disappear. One actor has left the stage now. Who was him? Who was he? Acha. And all of us also, we have to complete our role and disappear behind the screen. Where will you go after playing your role? To your own homes, different homes in different areas, according to karma. We say, just for some consolation sake, I will go to my home. All the actors have not got one home, different homes. So after death, in this mortal world, you have to go to different homes after playing your role. Everybody has to go. Whosoever has come to this stage, he has to go from this stage. No, I have heard some great heroes. They always play their role here. No, my dear, they don't play the role. They, they are always here as sitting in the audience. They are only the seers, not the player of roles. They don't do anything. Those long-living beings, immortal beings, we have heard of them. They are the seers, they don't play any role. When you come to this stage, then you have to go, after your role is over. So tomorrow we shall see how this world looks like. Many seers have given, when they somehow or other they express their feelings, they have given some definitions to this mystical world. Some said it is a drama stage. Some said it is a dense forest. Some said it is a vast ocean. And some said it is a hospital, labor room. Some said it is a burial ground. Everybody is dying every moment, disappearing every moment. And some said it is a playground. Some said it is a field, crop field. Some said it is the house of miseries. Some said it is the house of ghosts, elements. They play the role here. And different people have given different opinions, definitions. Some said it's a long journey. Everybody is walking ahead in the path. Some said it is a process of evolution. Some said it is process of or expression of life here. जीवन का विकास, expression of life or projection of lifestyle here. That is called world. Some said it is only a juggler's magic show. Different people have given different definition to this so-called world. One we shall see tomorrow, how it looks like. Katputli. So tomorrow we shall see. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasesate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम।